Friday night, and we've got another Ripon American Legion baseball game for you as Ripon hosts Beaver Dam. As Ripon hosts Beaver Dam here tonight. I'm Bruce Link with your play-by-play for the Ripon American Legion Post 43 on YouTube. We just finished the top of the first inning. Beaver Dam went down 1-2-3, so Ripon will be coming to the plate. Sorry for the technical difficulties we experienced with this hot weather. We tend to have a little bit of difficulty with our hotspot, and I think I may have it corrected, but it wasn't connecting us very well with the internet here right at the very beginning. So we got it corrected so far, and hopefully it will stay that way. So Ripon coming up to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 score. Beaver Dam wasn't able to put anything on the board as they went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. So first batter up for Ripon is going to be Max Belling. Belling doing the catching duties again tonight for Ripon. I want to thank our sponsors this season, Walsworth, the Ripon Area School District, and Hometown Broadcasting, and also to the Wirtz Law Office for your support as well this season. We're here in Ripon at Barlow Park on the south side of Ripon. Ripon dropped a game to Marquezan on Monday night as they lost 10-5. After Ripon gave up 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, with 4 of those runs coming on a grand slam home run by Marquezan's Chase Osterhaus. So Beaver Dam here in Ripon today. Tomorrow night it'll be Lamira Teresa here in Ripon. So a Saturday night game for you. That'll start at 7 o'clock. Hopefully we'll have that game. The weather forecast isn't looking particularly promising. So we'll see how things go, and remind you that you can always check the American Legion Post 43 Facebook page to get updates on what's going on, or games, if the games are canceled or things like that. So updates on games as well. After the game I get that stuff posted, what the score is, and some information if I have that to pass on. So you can always go to the American Legion Post 43, Ripon American Legion Post 43 Facebook page to get information on the games and what games are coming up, and information of that sort. And we're getting ready to get the bottom of the first inning started. Max Belling coming to the plate. Max playing catcher for Ripon. Doing the pitching. Max takes a ball on the first pitch. Evan Sharkey doing the pitching for Beaver Dam as he offers and provides a ball on the first pitch. The next one going to be called a ball as well. So 2 balls, no strikes to Max. We've even got a scoreboard working tonight. Last home game we didn't even have the scoreboard able to be working, so we got 3 balls, no strikes to Max. And the next pitch, and that's going to be called a strike. Nice take. That's all right with 3 balls. Give him a chance to walk you, and if he gets a strike, that doesn't hurt either. So Sharkey with the next pitch, and that's a called strike. So now a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Belling. And pitch by Sharkey. And a swing and a miss, and he ticked it, so he'll get... Oh, and it was caught by the catcher on that 3rd strike. So Belling is out. And that brings up Mason Killam. Killam playing second base tonight for Ripon. On deck, Connor Diedrich. And a low pitch for ball 1 to Killam. Mason was out at the Ripon High School Athletic Department's golf outing and did some golfing on Wednesday. Nice support out there from area businessmen and golfers as well. Connor Diedrich was out there as well, our next batter. And a ball. So 2 balls, no strikes to Killam. Correction, make it 3 balls. I must have missed a pitch somewhere. And a called strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Kind of looks like when Belling was up there, he got 3 balls and all of a sudden threw a strike, and then a set strike. We had a full count in no time. And the next pitch is a strike as well called. So full count, just like the last batter. To Mason Killam. Killam steps back into the box and waits for the pitch from Sharkey. And he hits that one. That's fouled away down the first baseline. Tossed it over to first base, but the first base umpire called it a foul ball. So Mason will come back to the batter's box and try it again. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count to Mason Killam. And the windup by Sharkey. That's going to be a ball, so Killam will take a base on balls, puts a runner on for Ripon, first runner on. First runner on for the evening, for that matter. And that'll bring up Connor Diedrich, left fielder, tonight for Ripon. Sharkey with the pitch. And a strike right down the middle. No balls, 1 strike to Connor Diedrich. 1 out and a runner at first. That's Killam. And the next pitch, that's going to be outside for a ball. That was a nice looking pitch if it had come over the plate. He had a bit of movement on that ball. Next pitch by Sharkey. That's going to be outside for a ball. They'll throw it down to first base. They overthrow it, and Killam thinks about going down to second, but he gets called off by the base coach down there, Shane Otto, for Ripon. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Connor Diedrich. And they throw it back over to first again, trying to get Killam off the base. This one's hit by Diedrich for a base hit out to center field, and it goes over bounces over the head of the center fielder. Killam coming around third and coming home. Diedrich going to third, and we got a run on the board for Ripon. As Mason Killam comes around on a triple by Diedrich. That bounce sent it all the way back to the fence. I'm going to give him a triple on that. And Diedrich at third base, and at the plate is Brett Bach, plays first base. Brett graduated this year from Ripon High School. Brett, in our first game here in Ripon against Green Lake a couple of weeks ago, had 2 hits all the way back to the fence, but they were caught out there for the out. Takes the first pitch for a strike as he swung at that one. No balls, 1 strike with 1 out and a runner at third. 1 run has come across for Ripon as they take the lead here. And this one's going to be a nice hit out to right field, and that's going to bring Diedrich in to score. So Ripon goes ahead 2-0 on the base hit by Brett Bach. So 2 hits in a row for Ripon. Puts Bach at first. 2 runs have scored. Ripon takes the lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning and brings up Henry Willett. Willett playing shortstop, and a swing and a miss by Willett for strike 1. Sharkey keeping an eye on Bach over at first base, and the pitch to Willett outside for a ball. 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Willett waits for the next pitch from Sharkey. That's going to be low for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Willett. 1 out. Brett Bach on first. And the pitch, and that's going to be outside for a ball as well. So 3 balls and 1 strike. The offering to Willett. And the pitch by Sharkey, and that's swing and a miss. So full count now for Henry Willett with 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and Ripon has 2 runs across and a runner at first. And that's going to be fouled back behind me in the concession stand. So count stands at 3 balls, 2 strikes for Willett. And that's a ball, so Sharkey walks another one. Now put Bach over on second, Willett at first, and that'll bring up Jacob Riddick. Riddick doing the pitching for Ripon tonight. Did a nice job in the top of the first inning against Beaver Dam as he put down his first 3 batters. And that one's in the dirt. So a ball to Riddick on the first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at first and second with 1 out, and that one's going to be outside a wild pitch. And runners that will advance to second and third. Puts Brett Bach at third and Willett at second. So both runners in scoring position for Ripon. And Riddick with a 2 ball, no strike count, and another ball, so 3 balls and no strikes to Jacob Riddick. Sharkey with the pitch, and that's inside for ball 4, and another base on balls. That's 3 here in the bottom of the first inning. And Coach Skylar Eberly wants to go out and have a talk with his pitcher and his infield. The whole infield will come in and they'll have a conversation out there. Try to get his pitcher to settle down a little bit. Tomorrow night we'll be back here against Elmira Teresa. That'll be a 7 o'clock game as well. That's providing the weather holds out and doesn't rain us out tomorrow night. As I said earlier, always stay posted to the Ripon American Legion Facebook page as I put updates on there if the game is canceled and things like that. So coming to the plate, Gannon Stelmacher. Haven't seen much of Gannon yet this season. He's a lefty and a swing and a miss by Stelmacher. No balls, 1 strike to Stelmacher. 1 out. And bases loaded for Ripon. Second pitch is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Gannon. Gannon graduated this year as well from Ripon High School. And a ball on the next pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stelmacher waits for the pitch from Sharkey, and that's going to be a ball low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, and outside he walks. Well, I thought that was the 4th ball, but he's still batting. Scoreboard says 3 balls, 1 strike as well. Now it's going to be 3 balls, 2 strikes. So full count for Gannon Stelmacher. Cameron Hahn on deck for Ripon. I don't think we've seen Cameron play yet this season. It's the first time for him. And he does walk him, so walks in a run. So Ripon now up 3-0 over Beaver Dam. Runners will advance. Bach comes across the plate to score run number 3. Willett goes to third. Riddick goes to second. And Gannon Stellmacher gets a base on balls and sends him over to first. And the first pitch to Hahn is a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Excuse me, 1 ball, no strikes. And a wild pitch, and that hit him. So that's going to send Hahn over to first. Bring another run across to make it 4-0 Ripon. As Willett comes across, Riddick goes to third. Stellmacher over to first, and Cameron Hahn goes to first. And at the plate, Dayton Baird plays right field. Baird also graduated from Ripon this spring. So 1 ball, no strikes. Now 2 balls, no strikes to Baird. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a strike called. 2 balls, 1 strike to Dayton Baird. Scoreboard doesn't show an out, but the first batter ended up getting out. That was Belling. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Baird. And an inside pitch, and that walks another run in as Riddick comes across to score. So 5 runs for Ripon, and Coach Eberly looks like he's going to make a pitching change for Beaver Dam. We'll take a brief break and be back in just a moment.
Hometown Radio is your local source for news, weather, and sports. Tune in and team up every weekday morning on WRPN with Bob Nelson to find out what's happening in your area.
We believe a company, like family, is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out walsworth.com/careers for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School.
Ripon Area School District continues to offer the very best educational opportunities to all students. Ripon Tigers are building their future in a high-achieving academic atmosphere, supported by a dedicated professional staff who are passionate about education and are striving for excellence. Come experience what happens when excellence meets innovation.
Back here at Ripon's Barlow Park, Ripon takes a 5-0 lead over Beaver Dam here in the first inning. We've got a pitching change as the pitcher for Beaver Dam, Sharkey, walked 4 batters here in the out of the last 5 batters, and he had 1 hit by the pitcher that got on base, walked in, I believe it's 3 runs out of the 5 that Ripon scored. So pitching change, and we'll try to get the number. Looks like number 11, and that will be Caleb Schmuel for Beaver Dam. Caleb Schmuel came in from left field to take over the pitching duties. And I'm not sure who went out to left field. Unfortunately, they don't keep me informed as to the changes. I have to kind of pick them up as we go. So that's going to take us to the top of the Ripon lineup with 1 out. And that's Max Belling, and the first pitch to Belling, a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. In fact, this pitcher also a lefty. Now we've got, I believe it's 2 balls. They're behind on the scoreboard. And the next one, a called ball. So it should be 3-0 the count. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. And this one hits slow and up the middle, grounder for a base hit. That's going to bring 1 run across. And runners will advance, as coming across to score is Stellmacher. So Ripon now leads 6-0. And base is still loaded. Belling gets the base hit over to first, gets the RBI. And coming up to bat, Mason Killam. Killam was put on a base on balls. First pitch to Killam by Schmuel. A ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And another ball. 2 balls, no strikes with 1 out. We're going through the Ripon lineup for the second time now. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, and bases loaded. Now a strike is Mason chased 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And the offering by Schmuel, and that's going to be hit foul down the third baseline for strike 2. So Killam steps back into the box with 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Schmuel with the pitch, and this one going to be a bouncer up the middle. Shortstop comes over, picks it up, throws it over to first, but he can't corral it, and that's going to bring 1 run across. 2 runs come across, as the second run that comes in is Dayton Baird. So Cameron Hahn and Baird both score, so 2 more runs on the board. Going to make it an 8-0 game for Ripon as they lead Beaver Dam. And brings up Connor Diedrich. Runners at first and second. And the ball on the first pitch to Diedrich. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. And another ball to Diedrich. 2 balls, no strikes. Beautiful night out here tonight, even though it's been a rather warm day. It's turned into a really rather nice night. We've got a little bit of a breeze, and Diedrich with 3 balls and no strikes now. And Schmuel with the windup, the pitch, and that's called a strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Diedrich with runners at, I guess we only have one run. Runner on base, that's at second. And coming in to score is going to be Mason Killam. Killam comes in to score, and we do have 2 outs. As apparently Belling got called out. I thought that he got on that overthrow. But Diedrich's on first. Brett Bach comes up to the plate. He got a base hit last time up. And a called strike on the first pitch from Schmuel. Diedrich at first. 2 outs. Ripon leads here 9-0 here in this bottom of the first inning. Almost halfway through the lineup for Ripon for the second time. And we've got a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Bach. So Brett Bach waits for the pitch and a swing and a miss, and that's going to put him down and end the inning here as Ripon takes a 9-0 lead here in the first inning. So at the end of one inning of play, it's Ripon 9 and Beaver Dam 0.
Hometown Radio is your local source for news, weather, and sports. Tune in and team up every weekday morning on WRPN with Bob Nelson to find out what's happening in your area.
So back here at Ripon's Barlow Park on the south side of Ripon on a beautiful night. Shadows starting to cover the infield. Already got the lights turned on here tonight, and first batter up for Beaver Dam will be the fourth batter in the lineup, Logan Thomas, playing center field for Beaver Dam. Belling throws it down to second, and we're about ready to get things started. Thomas, a left-handed batter for Beaver Dam. And Ripon's ready, and Riddick back on the mound again here in the top of the second inning as Ripon leads 9-0. And the first pitch from Riddick, a ball to Thomas. Saw Riddick pitch the other night and did a pretty decent job. Had a chance to see Henry Willett pitch over in Marquezan, and he did a really nice job. He's got a lot of movement on his ball. 2 balls, no strikes now to Thomas. And the next pitch from Riddick, and that one a high fly ball hit out to left field and charging in to try to get that ball, and it's going to drop for a base hit. I'm not sure. I think that was Willett that came charging all the way across. He was really moving, but he couldn't get to it, and Diedrich couldn't get to it. Almost thought Willett was going to be able to pull that in over his shoulder, but couldn't quite get to it, and Thomas gets a double out of it. That brings up Ben Scharfenberg, plays second base. So Beaver Dam with the runner on base in scoring position. Scharfenberg also a left-handed hitter. He steps up to the plate and waits for the offering. Riddick looks down the runner at second and then brings in the pitch, and that's going to be high for ball one. So Scharfenberg, 1 ball, no strikes. Waits for the pitch from Riddick, and that's outside for a ball. Excuse me, strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Must have caught the outside edge. So looking down the runner at second, and then the pitch, and that's definitely a ball, as that's high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs for Beaver Dam here in this top of the second inning, as Ripon leads it 9-0. And a strike called. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ben Scharfenberg. Logan Thomas at second for Beaver Dam. Riddick looks him down, taking his time. Looks like he steps off the rubber. Wants to get Thomas back to the base. Doesn't want to risk throwing that ball away. And got full count now on Scharfenberg. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Scharfenberg, the second batter in the order here in the inning, and a called strike. He thought he had a base on balls, but Scharfenberg with the first out of the inning for Beaver Dam. And coming up to the plate, Nate Tisdale playing first base for Beaver Dam. 1 out, runner at second. Ripon leading 9-0. And now Riddick throws it over to second and throws it away out to center field. That's going to bring Logan Thomas over to third. As Riddick tried to throw Thomas out at second. Tried to catch him too far off the bag, but threw it into center field, and that was a bit of a wild pitch out there. Oh, and that beans the batter right in the head, right in the helmet. But he heads down to first base, doesn't seem to be fazed by that. So puts runners at first and third now for Beaver Dam with 1 out. That'll bring up another lefty, James Westover, plays right field. So Westover steps into the box. He'll wait for the pitch from Riddick. Now he'll step out of the box. He thought Riddick was taking too much time, apparently. Wants to gather his thoughts and make Riddick think about it a little bit. So Riddick ready with the pitch, and a ball low. 1 ball, no strikes to Nate Tisdale. And he hits that one, a high popper. And Belling trying to chase it down, but he overruns it a little bit upset with himself, but good try at trying to get there. And that foul ball results in a strike, and it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike now. The count to Westover. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out and a runner at third and first for Beaver Dam. And an inside pitch for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now, the count to Westover. And the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball as well. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Riddick behind in the count. Runners at first and third for Beaver Dam. And this is going to be a high fly ball hit out to center field. And Diedrich gets over there from left field. Throws the ball in. Nice arm and a nice job by Riddick to back him up. And the runner at first, Westover. Excuse me, that's not Westover. That's Tisdale. Will advance over to second. Westover flew out to left center field as Diedrich went over there to pull that one in for the out. So that'll bring up Landon Semro, third baseman. He's a right-handed batter for Beaver Dam. Beaver Dam and Ripon uniforms look much alike. And a strike called to Semro. 2 outs. And a runner at second. 1 run has come across to score for Beaver Dam. Now we've got no balls and 2 strikes to Semro. And the next one a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Landon Semro. Tisdale on second for Beaver Dam. And the called strike. So that's going to end at top of the first or second inning as Beaver Dam brings 1 run across, and they cut the Ripon lead to 8 as Our score at the end of 1 1/2 innings of play, it's Ripon 9 and Beaver Dam 1. Getting ready to start the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Ripon coming to the plate. First batter for Ripon will be Henry Willett. Ripon taking the lead in the first inning as they went through the lineup about 1 1/2 times here in the first inning. Now in the bottom of the second inning, Henry Willett will start things out. Willett with a base on balls in the first inning. He did come across to score run number 4 for Ripon in the first pitch from Schmuel. A ball to Willett. And he hits that one out to right center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Ends up going all the way back to the fence, it looks like, from here. He'll go to second, slide in, and he'll be safe there. So Willett with a double to start things off here in the bottom of the second inning, and that's going to bring up Jacob Riddick. Riddick with a base on balls also in the first inning. He came across to score the 5th run for Ripon. And a low pitch, but called a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at second with no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Ripon leads 9-1. And now a pitch is going to come back to the fence, and Willett will go over to third. So runner in scoring position for Ripon, trying to bring in that 10th run. Riddick at the plate with 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. And the pitch by Schmuel and a swing and a miss by Riddick for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Riddick. Schmuel with the pitch. And that one going to be hit fly out to right field, but that's going to drop fair. Must have dropped just inside the line as Willett comes across to score. Riddick gets a double. That must have dropped right on the line practically. It was called fair. I thought it was going to be foul the way the angle looked, but came down inside the line, and good for a double for Riddick. And coming up to bat, Gannon Stellmacher. Stellmacher takes a strike on the first pitch from Schmuel. No outs. 1 run is scored, makes it 10-1 now in favor of Ripon. And that's going to be a bouncer. That's going to go foul down the first base line. So 2 strikes now for Gannon Stellmacher. No balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Runner at second for Ripon. Schmuel with the pitch, and that's high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The offering now to Stellmacher. And a swing and a miss, and that's going to be out number 1. Stelmacher looks like he's trying to kill the ball. So 1 out now. Runner at second. Cameron Hahn steps up to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Did come across to score a run for Ripon. And he starts out with 1 ball and no strikes here in the second. Runner at second. That's Riddick, and a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike now for Hahn. Schmuel sets for the next pitch, and that's hit by Hahn, but that's going to be foul. Kind of a golf swing on that one. A little bit of a low pitch. I have noticed that this pitcher does like to pitch low in the zone. And that one fouled away back by the shelter house behind me here. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for Cameron Hahn. Schmuel gets ready with the next pitch. That's going to be low for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes now for Cameron Hahn. 1 out. Runner at second. That's Jacob Riddick. 1 run has come across to score Henry Willett. And a swing and a miss, and Hahn's going to go down with the strikeout. So 2 outs now with a runner at second. And Dayton Baird will come up. He had a base on balls in the first inning, playing right field. He graduated from Ripon High School this spring. And the pitch. And that's a call strike. So no balls, 1 strike to Dayton Baird. And we now have 1 ball, 1 strike to Baird. Runner at second with 2 outs. And another strike. Umpire appears to have a bit of a low strike zone. And a swing. And Baird's going to end up getting down to first base. Dives back as a catcher, throws the ball over to first, trying to get Baird out, and that's going to put Riddick on third and brings up back to the top of the lineup to Max Belling. Belling in the first inning flew out in the first time up at bat in the first inning, and the second time up he got out as well. And so they throw the ball over to first to try to get Baird out. But Baird gets back in time. Belling steps back up to the plate for Ripon. At the bottom of this inning, when this inning's over, you're going to lose your picture for a moment, but stay with us, as I'm just going to try to see if I can get the picture to brighten up a bit. With the shadows coming in, the sun going down, I'm losing the picture. So hit over to first base, he'll pick it up, take it over for out number 3 as he steps on the bag for Max Belling. So that's going to be out number 3, but Ripon brings across another run, and at the end of 2 complete innings of play, it's Ripon 10 and Beaver Dam 1. As I said, stay with us. You're going to lose the picture for a moment, but stay with it, as I'm going to see if I can get our picture to brighten up a little bit. And we're back, ready to start the top of the third inning. Beaver Dam coming up to bat. And the first pitch from Riddick. Caleb Schmuel at the plate batting, and the first pitch was a ball from Riddick. Hopefully my adjustment on my camera was able to brighten up our picture a little bit. It does appear to me as if it is, so thanks for bearing with us as I got that taken care of. And the next pitch is going to be 2 balls, 1 strike to Schmuel. Schmuel in doing the pitching now for Beaver Dam as he took over for Sharkey, who was struggling on the mound, and we have a 3 ball, 1 strike count to Schmuel. And this one hit out to left field and bounces in front of Diedrich, and so a base hit for Schmuel at his first time at bat today. So puts him on first base, and that brings us to the top of the lineup. Boston Damon, the shortstop for Beaver Dam. He grounded out to third base in the first inning. He got the first out in the first inning for Beaver Dam. And a high pitch for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first for Beaver Dam. And the pitch. That's going to be hit out to center field, and center fielder for Ripon gets out there in time, and that's Gannon Stellmacher. He hustled over there out into right center field and pulled that in for the out. So 1 out now. Runner holds at first base. And that brings up Julka, as he's pinch hitting for Evan Sharkey. Julka, Jake Julka is how it's pronounced. As first pitch to him is a strike, so no balls, 1 strike to Jarka. And the ball low, thrown over to first base, trying to get the runner off base, but he gets back in time, takes a dive, dirties up that uniform for Mom to clean. As Jalka now with a 1 ball, 1 strike count, and the pitch by Riddick, and that's going to be fouled and strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner at first. Runner at first is Caleb Schmuel. And this is going to be a bouncer over to third. Pulls it in. That's Cameron Hahn. Throws it over to first to Bach, and that's going to be an out. Runner advances. Schmuel gets over to second on the fielder's choice. So nice throw by Cameron Hahn to get that ball over to Bach at first base. So 2 outs now. Runner at second, and at the plate it's Alex Soto. And the ball on the pitch from Riddick. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, runner at second. Ripon leading 10-1 here in the top of the third inning. And a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Soto. Soto flew out to center field in the first inning. He got the third and final out in the 1-2-3 inning in the first. 2 balls, 1 strike to Soto. And Riddick gets ready for the next pitch. Looking back at second, now the pitch, and that's going to be a ball. So 3 balls, 1 strike now to Alex Soto. Soto will step back up to the plate and wait for the pitch from Riddick. He'll look back and check the runner at second. And the pitch, and that's going to be outside for ball 4. So that's going to be the first base on balls offered by Riddick today. Puts runners at first and second and brings up Logan Thomas. Thomas had a double in the second inning. He led off the second inning, as a matter of fact, with the double. I think they were thinking they were going to get a pinch runner in, but or at least the runner thought, the batter thought. That's Soto, but apparently not. Umpire checking with Coach Eberly, and they're going to go with what they got. So up at the plate is Logan Thomas. He's the lefty. And a high pitch from Riddick for ball 1. Beaver Dam has several lefty. Coach Eberly alternates them in the batting order. And a low pitch for ball 2. 2-0, 2 outs, and runners at first and second as Beaver Dam trailing Ripon 10-1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. And this one's going to be hit high, fly ball out to left field. Diedrich out there, and he snags that one for out number 3. So nothing comes across to score here in the top of the 3rd inning for Beaver Dam, as Ripon puts down the threat of Beaver Dam possibly getting a few more runs in. So at the end of 2 1/2 innings of play, it's Ripon 10, Beaver Dam 1. Back here at Ripon's Barlow Park on Ripon South Side. Ripon leads Beaver Dam here this evening 10-1 as Ripon comes back up to the plate, and leading off for Ripon, Mason Killam here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. First batter up, Killam. Killam had a base on balls in the 1st inning. Came across to score the first run for Ripon. Then in the 2nd inning, or actually it was still the 1st inning, his 2nd time at bat in the 1st inning, had a base hit, and also came across to score the one and only run for Ripon in the well, at his second time around for Ripon in the first inning. So hit out to center field. That's going to drop for a base hit for Mason. That'll bring up Connor Diedrich. Diedrich has a triple in the first inning, also a single in the first, as he was the last batter to bat in the first inning after coming up to bat twice. So the pitch from Schmuel to Diedrich, and that's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. To Diedrich, no outs, runner at first. That's Killam. He just got the base hit. And the ball outside, I believe. Nope, it's going to be a 1-1 count. So that was just over the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, and now catcher can't hang on to the pitch as it comes behind him back to the fence almost, and that's going to send Killam over to second for Ripon. As Diedrich now with a 2 ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch from Schmuel, and that's going to be fouled back into the mask of the umpire. He's all right, though. He's a tough guy. He used to be a state patrol officer. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Connor Diedrich. Former state patrol officer, umpiring baseball. And that one's going to be a base hit for Diedrich. He hits that out to left or right center field. And coming around, coming to the plate is Killam, and he's up, stand up, run for Killam. He comes all the way around from second base and puts another run on the board for Ripon, making it 11-1 over Beaver Dam. Connor Diedrich at first base on the base hit. That was a nice base hit, line drive hit out to right center field. And Brett Bach will make another appearance at the plate. This will be number 3. He was up twice in the first inning. And they throw the ball over to first, trying to hold Diedrich on over there. Bach steps back into the box, waits for the pitch from Schmuel. And that's in there, and he'll follow that one back behind the Beaver Dam dugout for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Bach. So Bach back in the box and gets ready once again for the pitch from Schmuel. And he'll follow that one back into the backdrop fence here. Henry Willett's going to shag that ball for him, and Willett, the next batter up for Ripon. Brett Bach, Louie as I call him. And he hits that one. That's going to be over to the shortstop. Picks it up, fires it over to second. And then over to first, they get the double play. So 2 outs. Beaver Dam turns the double play and gets 2 outs. So Ripon with 2 outs now, as Bach couldn't get to the first base before they could get the ball over there. So nice job turning that double play by Beaver Dam, and brings up Henry Willett. Willett has a base on balls in the first inning, came across to score a run, and then had a double in the second inning. Now here in the third inning, he starts out with a foul ball for strike 1. 2 outs. 1 run has come across to score, making our score 11-1. And a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Willett. And the second one a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Henry Willett. And a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now with 2 outs and a runner. Well, I guess no runner on as they turn that double play. So another ball to Henry Willett. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 3rd inning. And this one hit right back to the pitcher. He snags it, throws it over to first, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. But Ripon does come across to score 1 run on a base hit by Connor Diedrich and brings Mason Killam around from second base to score the 1 run and makes our score 11-1 in favor of Ripon.
We believe a company, like family, is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out walsworth.com/careers for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School.
Getting ready to start the top of the 4th inning. Ripon leading Beaver Dam here 11-1 as we get ready to get the 4th inning started. Ripon on the field. Riddick continues to pitch for Ripon. He's up warming up and probably a couple more pitches and he'll be ready. Ripon having a good game. They're 0-2 on the season. They lost to Green Lake in the first game of the season here about 2 weeks ago. Almost 3 weeks ago at this point, seeing as it's Friday. And then they were doing well against Marquezan Monday night and kind of fell apart on them when Osterhaus hit a grand slam home run, and that was kind of the end of things as Ripon ended up losing 10-5. Ripon took the lead in that game. And then in kind of heartbreaking fashion after that grand slam home run, ended up losing to Marquezan. Marquezan, a very good team. And the first pitch to Ben Scharfenberg from Riddick, a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. First batter up, Scharfenberg, and he swings and misses for a 1 ball, 1 strike count. I don't know if Ripon and Beaver Dam have ever faced each other before. At least not in Barlow Park that I'm aware of. And 2 balls, 1 strike now to Scharfenberg. Riddick with the pitch. And a swing and a miss by Ben Scharfenberg. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count. Kind of a lazy swing. It's like he wanted to hit it, but it then kind of decided he didn't want to. And the ball. So full count to Scharfenberg. Scharfenberg, a lefty for Beaver Dam. Think about every other batter's a lefty. And the offering from Riddick. And fouls that one back. That looks like it was probably a strike. He got a little bit under that and fouled it back. So the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Not a bad crowd here. We got a real good bunch of spectators in the outfield. That's one of the things about this park. They can pull the cars right up to the fence. And a high fly ball out to left center field. And coming in to snag that one from right field for Ripon, Dayton Baird. And that's the first out for Beaver Dam here in the top of the 4th inning. Baird coming over to right center field to get that one, and that brings up Nate Tisdale. Tisdale was hit by a pitch in the second inning, and he hits that over to Cameron Hahn, and Hahn can't control it, so Tisdale gets on an error by Hahn. So that brings up James Westover. Westover flew out to left field. He's a left-handed batter. So he actually hit that ball out opposite field. So 1 ball, no strikes to Westover. Next pitch by Riddick, and that's going to be a ball as well. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, runner at first for Beaver Dam. Westover with 2 balls and no strikes, and now another ball for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes, as Riddick behind in the count now. He gets ready to offer the pitch, and that one right in there, that's going to be popped up. And charging in for that one into left center field is Diedrich. So that'll bring up Landon Semrel as we have 2 outs. Had to look and see what was going on because Diedrich did eventually dropped that ball, but they say he held it long enough for the out. So 2 outs, runner at first, and at the plate, Semrel plays third base, and he starts things off here. 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch from Reddick, and that's going to be reached and hit right up the middle, and Henry Willett knocks it over to second base to kill him, and he picks it up, steps on second base for out number 3 to put out Nate Tisdale on the fielder's choice. So at the end of three and 1/2 innings, it's Ripon leading 11-1. Ripon gets ready to start things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And our first batter up for Ripon will be Jacob Riddick. Remember to join us tomorrow night as we'll be back here at 7 o'clock here at Barlow Park, taking on Lamira Teresa. That game, provided we don't get rained out, will be right here at Barlow Park, and stay tuned to the Ripon American Legion Facebook page, post number 43, to check and get updates as to whether there will be a game or not. So Riddick takes the first pitch and a strike from Schmuel. No balls, 1 strike as he's the first batter up. And the next pitch hits out straight out to center field. Center fielder backing up, and finally is able to make the catch for the first out of the bottom of the 4th inning for Ripon. So that'll bring up Gannon Stellmacher. Stellmacher had a base on balls in the 1st inning, then struck out in the 2nd inning. Here in the 4th inning, Stellmacher a lefty, and kind of sets up to a bunt, and I think he gets called with a foul on that as that went off the end of the bat. I don't think he meant to do that, but ends up with a strike on the foul. So no balls, one strike to Stellmacher. One out. And he bunts that one down right in front of the plate. And he can motor, and low pick or low throw by the catcher over to first, and Stellmacher is going to be safe there. So that's going to be an error on the part of the catcher, because he would have had him, but he threw it in the dirt. The first baseman couldn't handle it. Oh, now they're going to bring him back. So they must have said it went foul. So nobody on base. As Stellmacher will have, I believe it's a 0-2 count. Now he hits a foul ball down the third base line, and the third baseman steps back to corral that one for out number 2 on the pop-up. So Cameron Hahn steps up to the plate here. Third batter in the inning. Was hit by the pitcher in the first inning, then a strikeout in the second inning. And now takes a ball on the first pitch, I believe it is. Haven't put it up on the board yet. Now we've got 1 ball, 1 strike. So Hahn with an even count at 1-1. And hits that one, and that's a high fly ball, but that's going to go out of play behind the Beaver Dam dugout here on the right side of me, right side of your screen. Cameron Hahn looking to get the ball out in field and get on base. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cameron. And the pitch from Schmuel, and that's another one fouled away down the first base line, and I think he's aiming for one of those cars over there. People try to get their cars out of the way to keep them away from possible foul balls, but sometimes some of these guys can hit them. There's another one going foul and headed for a car again. So another foul ball keeps our count at 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on base for Ripon. Schmuel with the pitch, that's high, so that'll make it 3 balls, 2 strikes on a full count. And 2 outs. Schmuel with the pitch and fouls that one back. So once again, we remain at 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And the pitch, he hits that one hard, line drive out to right field, and so that's going to be a base hit for Hahn, and he's going to round first and go to second. They throw the ball over to second, and he's going to be safe. So Hahn gets on base, gets a double out of that. And that'll bring up Dayton Baird. Baird had a base on balls in the first inning, and then in the second inning managed to get on base, but he ended up dying at first. And so Baird with 1 ball, no strikes, now hits this one out dead center field, and shortstop comes across. He goes down to his knees and slides and pulls that one in for out number 3. So that leaves Hahn, after a nice double, stranded at second base. So at the end of 4 complete innings of play, it's Ripon 11 and Beaver Dam 1.
We believe a company, like family, is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out walsworth.com/careers for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School.
getting ready to start the top of the fifth inning. Ripon leading Beaver Dam here 11-1 this evening. Ripon doing a good job at the plate tonight. They had a little help from the first pitcher Beaver Dam put up, Evan Sharkey, as he struggled on the mound. He walked several players in the first inning. He walked 5 players, walked in probably 5 runs. He had 1 hit by the pitcher. That was Cameron Hahn. So Ripon put up 9 runs alone in the first inning. In fact, they went through the lineup about 1.5 times in the first inning, but Beaver Dam put in a new pitcher toward the end of the lineup for Ripon. That was Schmuel, and he's been back out ever since and kept Ripon down to 1 run since then. Correction. Looks like 3 or 4 runs since then. So first batter up for Beaver Dam is none other than Caleb Schmuel. Schmuel had a single in the 3rd inning. He led off the 3rd inning and now leading off again here in the top of the 5th inning as he's ready for the pitch from Riddick. Riddick with a pitch way outside. Nice job by Belling to be able to get over and get that ball, keep it from getting back to the fence. And this one going to be a high fly ball out to right center field, coming across both Baird and Stellmacher, or not, yeah, Baird and Stellmacher ends up making the catch for out number 1 out in right center field. Stellmacher is very fast. He was a running back for the Ripon football team and some nice runs as a running back. Boston Damon up to bat. Damon playing shortstop and has a ball now, 2 balls from Riddick. 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody on base for Beaver Dam. And a hit out to right center field. They're not going to be able to get to that one in time. That was a low hit. And then Damon trips himself up going around second and falls to the ground. He has to go back to first. I don't think he would have made it to second anyway, but base hit for Boston Damon. That's quite a different name. Brings up, I'm not sure who the batter is at this point, if it's still Jelka. And this one hit right over the glove of Henry Willett at shortstop and goes out to left center field. They throw the ball over to third base, and Cameron Hahn, and nice job to try to get him out over there, and so that puts runners at second and third for Beaver Dam. Ball was a little short of the bag, but Hahn tried to put the tag on the runner. That's Damon, but he makes it to third safe. And Jolka over on second now. And the next pitcher up is Alex Soto. Soto takes the ball on the first pitch from Riddick. 1 out, runners at second and third for Beaver Dam. And the next pitch from Riddick, a ball as well. So 2 balls, a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Soto waits for the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. A nice sucker pitch by Riddick. He chased that one. That was a low pitch, and he chased that one. Tried to golf it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Soto. And Riddick with the pitch. You know, that looked good from here, but must have been an inside pitch. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Soto, with runners at second and third and 1 out. Beaver Dam trails 11-1, and this one, he golfs this one, and that's going to go out to center field. Run is going to come across to score, and that's going to put runners on the corners. So Soto with the base hit as he's at first base, and Jelka, I believe it is. I still haven't seen the number. I think that's number 8 that's over at third base. That would be Jelka. Jake Jelka. And now we're going to have a pinch runner come in for Beaver Dam, and as soon as I can see his number, I'm not sure, I can't really see the number. I believe it's number 12, which would be Brady Helbing. So at the plate is Logan Thomas, runners at the corners, and he hits that one over to Riddick. Riddick picks it up, takes it over to first, and gets the batter out. And so Thomas is out. That'll be out number 2, as Riddick took the ball and he took it over himself to first base. 2 runs have scored, and that puts Soto on second. And at the plate, Ben Scharfenberg, left-handed batter, and first pitch a ball. Scharfenberg had a strikeout in the second inning, and then he popped out to right field in the 4th inning. Here in the top of the 5th, he's got 2 balls, no strikes, with 2 outs and a runner at second. 2 runs have come across to score, making the score 11-3. Ripon in the lead by 8, and fouled away by Scharfenberg for strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike for Ben Scharfenberg. He steps into the box and waits for the pitch from Riddick. Riddick looks back at second. Make sure Helbing stays on second, and the next pitch a ball. So 3 balls, 1 strike. The offering to Scharfenberg. And the next pitch from Riddick. And that's called a strike. Over the inside edge of the plate. So full count with 2 outs, runner at second. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and Riddick ready with the next pitch. And that's going to be high for a ball. So I believe that's only the second batter that Riddick has walked today. Riddick going the distance so far tonight, and Coach Straczynski going out to the mound to talk to Riddick and the rest of his infield. But I don't think he's going to bring another pitcher in. I think he's going to stick with Riddick. Just talk to him a little bit, get him to calm down. So Riddick will stay in the pitch here in the top of the 5th inning. So batter up is Nate Tisdale. Tisdale got hit by the pitcher and then got on base on an error, but was eventually put out trying to go to second. So no balls, 1 strike now to Tisdale, and this one he's going to hit out to left field and bounces in front of Diedrich and rounds third base, and that's going to come across the score as Helbing takes a dive as he comes in as a courtesy runner, pinch runner for Soto. Scharfenberg at second and Tisdale at first. So 2 outs with runners at first and second at the plate. James Westover. Westover with 1 ball, no strikes. And then the pitch by Riddick is another ball. 2 balls, no strikes. One more batter and Beaver Dam will have gone through their lineup, complete lineup for the 5th inning. And another ball, so 3 balls and no strikes. 2 Westover. Runners at first and second for Beaver Dam with 2 outs. And a ball, he walks him. So loads up the bases here in the top of the 5th inning for Beaver Dam. They've already scored 3 runs. Makes our score 11-4 in favor of Ripon, and that's going to be the end of the line tonight for Riddick as Coach Troczynski comes in. And he's going to put Henry Willett on the mound. So we'll take a slight pause here while Henry warms up. And I stand corrected. Connor Diedrich comes in from left field to do the pitching now. Riddick goes out to left field to be the fielder out there. And the batter up is going to be the last batter in the lineup, Landon Semero. Semero hits first pitch foul behind the Beaver Dam dugout for strike 1. So Semero at the plate. Bases loaded for Beaver Dam as they trail 11-4 here in the top of the 5th inning. And a high pitch now by Diedrich for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. So Diedrich coming on to try to get the last out here. Keep any more runs from scoring. Nice pitch by Diedrich and a swing and a miss by Semero. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And at the end of this half inning, I'll see if I can get our picture lightened up a bit more again. Getting a little dark again. So another strike, and that's going to be the end of the top of the 5th inning as Semero called out on strikes. So at the end of 4 1/2 innings of play, it's Ripon 11, Beaver Dam 4.
The Ripon Area School District mission is empowering learners, engaging community, and enriching the world. Ripon students follow this in early childhood programs, project-based charter schools, K through 12 engineering courses, strong fine arts offerings, extracurricular offerings, and the Start College Early program. Come experience what happens when excellence meets innovation.
Thank you for bearing with me while I reset the camera. A much better picture now. This camera has an automatic I can't think of adjusts automatically to the lighting conditions. However, in order for it to do that, I have to shut it off and turn it back on again. So now we got that back on. We also have a pitching change as Tisdale in the pitch now for Beaver Dam. And the batter up for Ripon, Max Belling. He's got 2 balls and 1 strike here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tisdale with the next pitch, and kind of a sucker pitch as that was inside, and Belling chased it. And it comes back, so we've got 2 balls, 2 strikes now, as it was called a foul ball. So Belling with 2 balls, 2 strikes as he leads off the bottom of the 5th inning for Ripon, and then strikes out on a swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Mason Killam. Killam not having a bad night. He had a base on balls in the first time in the 1st inning, then a base hit in the 1st inning, then another base hit in the 3rd inning. And he has scored every time he's been up to bat, and starts out with a no ball, 1 strike count. So the next pitch by Tisdale, that's a strike. Got a nice sinker ball. That one took a dive. Came across the plate. Looked like it was going to be high and then took a dive. This one's high for ball 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 1 out and nobody on base for Ripon. So Killam bounces it. And third baseman comes in to grab it, throws it over to first, but Killam gets there before the ball can. And so another base hit tonight for Mason Killam. He's 4 for 4 at the plate tonight, and that brings up Connor Diedrich. Diedrich came on here in the top of the 5th inning to do the pitching for Ripon. So Tisdale with the pitch. Tisdale a right-handed pitcher, so we went from a right-handed pitcher to a left-handed pitcher, and now back to a right-handed pitcher. And they haven't put what the ball was up on the board yet, but this one, Diedrich hits it between third and shortstop, and a base hit for Diedrich, and that's going to move Killam over to second. Diedrich at first. So nice job by Diedrich, and that brings up Brett Bach. Brett Bach has a base hit in the first inning. Then he grounded out to second base in the third inning. So Brett would like to have a nice hit here, bring at least one of the two runs in. Takes a strike on the first pitch. So no balls and one strike, with one out and runners at first and second for Ripon. And the pitch, and that's going to be a ball outside. That thing curved. Looked like it was coming in over the plate and suddenly took a curve to the outside of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Bach. And the pitch, and that's high for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. One out, runners at first and second. And Tisdale gets ready with the pitch. And a swing and a miss by Bach. That's going to make it 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bach steps back into the box and waits for the pitch from Tisdale. And that's in there. Line drive right down the first base line, and first baseman picks it up after it took a 1 bounce and stepped on the bag, but that advances runners to second and third for Ripon. Puts Killam at third and Connor Diedrich at second with 2 outs, and that brings up Henry Willett. So Willett waits for the pitch from Tisdale on a swing and a miss. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Ripon leading here 11-4 over Beaver Dam tonight in the bottom of the 5th inning. And a ball, low pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Tisdale with the next pitch. And that's going to be hit foul down the third base line. That's going to be strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Willett. Play 7 innings in American Legion ball, so we've got 2 more to go. And an outside pitch makes our count 2 balls, 2 strikes to Henry Willett. Cooled off out here nicely now after the sun went down. Comfortable night out here, and that's going to be a base hit off the neck of the bat. Not a base hit, but a hit. And they throw it over from second to first for out number 3. So no runs come across as Ripon strands runners at second and third. And at the end of 5 innings of play, it's Ripon 11 and Beaver Dam 4.
Hometown Radio is your local source for news, weather, and sports. Tune in and team up every weekday morning on WRPN with Bob Nelson to find out what's happening in your area.
Getting ready to start the top of the 6th inning. Ripon leading Beaver Dam here tonight, 11-4. Connor Diedrich got the last out of the last inning against Beaver Dam as he came on to pitch for Ripon to get that last out. Beaver Dam went through their entire lineup in the top of the 5th inning, and now in the top of the 6th inning, it's going to be Caleb Schmuel. Schmuel started the last inning. He'll start this one off too. So Diedrich ready to pitch to Schmuel as we start the top of the 6th inning. First pitch by Diedrich is outside for ball 1. Diedrich ready with the next pitch, and that's going to be hit and bounced over to Hahn, and Hahn has it fall to the ground and still gets it over to Bach at first, and they get out number 1. So nice job by Hahn to still get that ball over to first after he knocked it down and it hit the ground, but picked it up, and what an arm to get that ball over in time, because Schmuel is no slouch at running. Schmuel was all cylinders going down to first, and that brings up Boston Damon. Damon has a base hit in the 5th inning, got on base and scored the second run of the game for Beaver Dam, and this one he hits out to right field, and Dayton Baird out there to pull that in for out number 2, as coming up to bat is going to be Jake Jelka. Jelka came in 2 innings ago as a double in the last inning, and the prior inning to that he was in, grounded out to third base and starts out with 1 ball. Now it'll be 2 balls and no strikes. So Diedrich with the pitch. That's in the ground for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, as Diedrich gets behind in the count. Diedrich walks him. So that's the first walk offered by Diedrich tonight since he come on. It's only the fourth batter that Diedrich has faced tonight, and coming up to bat, Alex Soto, the catcher. Runner at first, 2 outs, and a strike call to Soto. No balls, 1 strike to Alex Soto. And Diedrich with the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Alex Soto. Diedrich with the pitch now, and that's going to be a ball as well. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Soto. So Diedrich gets behind in the count. And a ball high, and that's going to make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Diedrich walked the previous batter after getting 2 outs. Ground out on the first batter, and then a fly out to right field on the second batter. He walked the third batter, and now Soto, the 4th batter that he's faced here in this inning, hits it foul down the third base line for strike 2. Makes it full count with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Diedrich wants a change of balls. Unfortunately, not like the big leagues where they change balls almost every pitch. A new ball almost every pitch. And a high pitch, he walks another one. So that'll advance Jelka over to second base, put Soto on first. So runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Logan Thomas. And they're going to put a pinch runner in for Soto. Soto's the catcher, so gives him a chance to get his gear back on for the next inning. But that's going to be Helbing, Brady Helbing, coming in to do the running for Soto. So runners at first and second, and a strike to Thomas. 2 outs. Runners at first and second, and 1 strike to Thomas. No balls. And Diedrich with the windup in the pitch, and that's going to be... That's a strike as well. So 0-2. No strike or no balls, 2 strikes to Logan Thomas, and the pitch by Diedrich. And a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Ripon leads 11-4 here in the top of the 6th inning. And Thomas ready for the pitch from Diedrich. Diedrich ahead in the count, 1-2, and chase the outside pitch and strike 3. So goes down swinging for Thomas. And at the end of 5 1/2 innings of play, it's Ripon 11 and Beaver Dam 4. Going to the the bottom of the 6th inning. Ripon leads 11-4 over Beaver Dam tonight. Ripon holds on to win this. This will be their first win of the season, as they've lost to Green Lake in the first game of the season here at Barlow Park. Then they lost on Monday night in somewhat of a heartbreaker. It was 10-5, and the game was probably actually considered a lot closer than the score reflects, because Ripon was ahead, but it was a grand slam home run that ended up putting Marquezan over the top to win that game 10-5. So at the plate for Ripon, Jacob Reddick. Once again, he started the last inning, doing it again here. He started the 4th inning. And now again in the 6th. So Reddick with a 1 ball, 1 strike. And he fouls this one away for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Reddick, as Gannon Stellmacher are going to shag that ball. And the pitch from Nate Tisdale, still pitching for Beaver Dam, and that one's fouled away by Reddick. So the count holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reddick, the first batter up here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Ripon, and he hits this one out to right center field, and nice job, nice catch out there by the center fielder for Beaver Dam. That's Alex Soto. Excuse me, not Soto. Logan Thomas. Soto's the catcher. So out number 1 on a nice diving grab by Thomas out in center field. And that brings up Gannon Stellmacher. Stellmacher takes a ball on the first pitch. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on base. He squares up to bunt, and that's going to go foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Stellmacher. Stellmacher waits for the next pitch from Tisdale. And he bunts this one down to third base line, but that's going to go foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Stellmacher. One out, nobody on base. Stellmacher would like to be the first one on base for Ripon here in the bottom of the 6th. And the pitch from Tisdale. And a called strike, so that puts Stellmacher out. Two up, 2 down, and that brings up Cameron Hahn. Hahn had a double in the 4th inning. Wasn't able to come across and score, though, as he got left at second base. So no balls, 1 strike to Hahn. And the pitch, and that hits him in the helmet. So he'll get first base. So Hahn gets on base after being hit by the pitcher. As that'll bring up Dayton Baird for Ripon. Baird has been on base twice. He flew out in the 4th inning to popped it up to the shortstop. So first pitch to Baird, a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And a ball high. 2 balls, no strikes to Baird. He steps in the box, waits for the pitch from Tisdale. Hahn over at first base, and a swing and a miss by Baird. So 2 balls, 1 strike. With 2 outs, and Cameron Hahn on first base for Ripon. Tisdale with the pitch, and that's going to be high. So 3 balls, 1 strike, as Baird ahead of the count. 3-1, and that's going to be hit foul down the first baseline. I think if he had let that go, that was probably a ball, but he chased it outside. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, I believe it is, since I already had him for 3 balls and 1 strike. If that's the case, they haven't changed it on the board yet. And he hits this one. This one can't be handled by the shortstop, and then the second baseman can't get to it. So that's going to put runners at second and first. Hahn on second, Baird at first, and that brings up the top of the lineup for Ripon, Max Belling. Catcher Soto goes out to have a couple of words with his catcher and wants to make sure that his shortstop's all right as well, as that ball took a bad hop. So Belling steps up to the plate for Ripon. Tisdale with the pitch. And that's a called strike. No balls, one strike. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the ball. Oh, they called it a strike. That was a late call. I thought it was a ball. But a late call is no balls, 2 strikes now. To Belling. Belling waits for the pitch from Tisdale. That's going to be low for sure. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Belling waits for the pitch with runners at first and second and 2 outs. And a strike. He gets called out on strikes. And that's out number 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. So at the end of 6 innings of play, Ripon continues to lead Beaver Dam 11-4.
Excellence meets innovation at Ripon Area School District through a commitment to continuous quality improvement. Ripon was awarded $1.9 million in grants to expand support for students and their families with school programming and school-based mental health. Come experience what happens when excellence meets innovation.
Starting at the top of the 7th inning, if Ripon can hold Beaver Dam here to less than 7 runs, Ripon will come away with the victory here tonight. Diedrich remains on the mound. I bought another camera that I was hoping we could get to put on the scoreboard so you could see what's going on the scoreboard, but found out in order to use that camera I've got to get some more hardware. So waiting to get that hardware, and once we do that and we can test things out, we hope to have another camera that we can use to show you the scoreboard. So getting ready to start the top of the 7th inning. Beaver Dam will be sending to the plate first Ben Scharfenberg. Scharfenberg has a strikeout, a fly out to right field, and then got on a base on balls. Hasn't come across to score any runs yet tonight. Diedrich on the mound for Ripon, hoping to close things out here against Beaver Dam here in the top of the 7th inning. So Diedrich gets ready with the pitch. And a strike called on the first pitch to Scharfenberg. No balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch, and he hits that one foul down the third base line and into the front of the Ripon dugout for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Scharfenberg. And Diedrich with the pitch. And a ball called. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ripon hoping to get out of this tonight with a win, be their first win of the season. And to do it against Beaver Dam, I think they'll feel that that's a great accomplishment. So another foul ball as our count will stay at 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Diedrich ready with the pitch. And another ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. The offering from Diedrich. Scharfenberg steps back up to the plate, waits for the pitch from Diedrich, and hits that right up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. Right past Diedrich. It was a ground ball, but it'll be a base hit as he put that right up the middle, and just to the edge of the grass. So base hit for Scharfenberg, and that brings up Nate Tisdale. Tisdale on doing the pitching duties now for Beaver Dam. He's the third pitcher to come on for Beaver Dam today. And a strike on the first pitch from Diedrich. No balls, one strike to Tisdale. Diedrich with the pitch. And a strike right down the middle. No balls, two strikes. Runner at first. On the base hit by Scharfenberg. And the balls. One ball, two strikes. No outs. Ripon would love to turn a double play here if they can't get the strikeout. And that one's going to be hit out to left center or right center field, and that drops for a base hit. Baird gets out there, he throws the ball, fires it into the cutoff man, Henry Willett, but that's going to put runners at first and third as Scharfenberg goes to third. Tisdale gets the base hit and ends up at first. And that brings up James Westover with no outs. No outs. No outs and runners at first and third. Tried to bring the same pinch runner in for Tisdale as he's pitching now, but the rules don't allow that. And the pitch to Westover, a ball. So one ball, no strikes. And a strike right down the middle. One ball, one strike now to Westover. And Diedrich with the pitch. Runners at first and third, and that's right down the middle, and he hits that one out to left center field. That goes all the way back to the fence. One run going to come across the score, and the ball thrown in to the catcher, and runners now at second and third. Scharfenberg comes in to score, makes the score 11-5 now. Ripon on top. Tisdale now at third, and Westover gets the double, and he's at second. So runners at second and third with no outs. Run is scored 11-5 now. Ripon leads, and first pitch to Semrel is a strike. No balls, one strike. No outs. And a ball, the offering from Diedrich. One ball, one strike. No outs. Runners at second and third, and one run has come across, making our score 11-5. And this one's in the dirt. Nice stop by Belling. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Diedrich ready with the next pitch to Semrel, and that's going to be a big swing and a miss by Semrel. Makes our count 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs, runners at second and third. Diedrich with the pitch, and that's high. So full count now. Diedrich going to try not to lose this batter. He needs the out as he's got no outs yet. This is the 4th batter in the inning. And that one fouled back. So count will hold at full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Landon Semrel playing third base for Beaver Dam. And that was a pitch hit. If he hadn't gotten out of the way, that would have probably hit him. So that's going to load the bases up for Beaver Dam with no outs. And coming up is Caleb Schmuel. Saw Schmuel on the mound before Tisdale come on. He came on as the second pitcher, and Tisdale come on after that. And the ball outside to Schmuel. 1 ball, no strikes, and runners all around. No outs for Beaver Dam. And another ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Diedrich started out pretty well up on the mound, but seems to be struggling a bit now. That one's in there, and that's going to be a high pop-up. Bach is going to take a few steps back by the edge of the grass and pull that one in for out number 1. So Brett Bach gets the first out against Beaver Dam at first base on the pop-up with bases loaded. And that brings us to the top of the lineup. Boston Damon steps into the box, and Diedrich with the pitch. Swing and a miss by Damon for strike number 1. No balls. 1 out, and runners all the way around. And a high pitch for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Diedrich trying to get himself out of a jam here. He'll step off the mound. Let the batter think about it a moment. And he's ready with the next pitch. And a swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Damon. 1 out. Runners at first, second, and third. Loaded. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and this one's going to be a bounce over to third base. Hahn steps on third, gets the out at third. Run will score. So gets the force out at third on the fielder's choice. For out number 2 on the ground ball to Hahn at third base. So Damon gets on the fielder's choice and puts runners at first and second. Diedrich with the pitch, and that's right down the middle for strike 1 to Jelka. So no balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. And that one's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runners at first and second. 2 runs have come across to score to make our score 11-6. Ripon needs just 1 more out, and they'll have the victory here tonight. So an inside pitch now for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. The offering to Jelka from Diedrich. And a high pitch. So 3 balls, 1 strike now. Diedrich needs to get this out. And that one's right down the middle. That's going to be a bouncer. Diedrich comes up, picks it up, fires it over to first to Bach, and that's going to be the ball game as Diedrich gets out of a bad situation. Only allows 2 runs to score. But that's going to end the ball game here as Ripon gets the victory here tonight against Beaver Dam, 11-6. I'll take a brief timeout, and when we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Barlow Park in Ripon.
Hometown Radio is your local source for news, weather, and sports. Tune in and team up every weekday morning on WRPN with Bob Nelson to find out what's happening in your area.
We believe a company, like family, is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out walsworth.com/careers for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School.
Ripon Area School District continues to offer the very best educational opportunities to all students. Ripon Tigers are building their future in a high-achieving academic atmosphere, supported by a dedicated professional staff who are passionate about education and are striving for excellence. Come experience what happens when excellence meets innovation.
Back here at Ripon's Barlow Park, Ripon comes away with the victory over Beaver Dam tonight, 11-6. As we get ready to wrap things up here, we want to remind you to be sure to join us again tomorrow, Saturday, June 25th, as Ripon hosts La Myra Teresa here at Barlow Park, with first pitch scheduled for 7 p.m. Thank you to all our sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Be sure to support the sponsors that support Ripon American Legion Baseball. Once again, final score tonight, Ripon 11, Beaver Dam 6. From Ripon's Barlow Park, I'm Bruce Link. Until tomorrow, saying good night, everybody. Be safe. Thanks for joining us, and as always, stay Ripon proud.